Year 2019 in the omnibus, the conferees provided $340 million, sir, for 6 new fast response cutters. While an increase over the 2019 budget request, there are still cutters outstanding under the program of record. The 2020 budget request only provides $140 million for 2 new cutters. Admiral, why is the Coast Guard proposing a reduction to this program? And my question would be, are the cutters no longer needed, sir?
Well, let me start in reverse order, if I could, Congressman Fleischmann. The cutters are absolutely needed. We would love to continue momentum towards our domestic program of record of 58 fast response cutters with the support of the Congress. We have 4 of 6 that are overseas deployed in support of the Naval Central 5th Fleet Commander working for CENTCOM that you also funded, and I think that's a great story. Ideally, 58 fast response cutters domestically, 6 fast response cutters to support our contributions to the CENTCOM theater. That would be the desired end state. The 2 fast response cutters in the 2020 budget are really a reflection of the reality. We are one of 22 agencies that resides within the Department of Homeland Security. As a service chief, as a component head, I am tasked to manage to a top line. We talked about the readiness challenges, a little bit of flat funding for the good part of the last decade here under the BCA levels. And sir, bottom line, it comes down to making trade space in the budget to support the OPC and other ongoing acquisitions programs.
Yes, sir. Thank you. The building contract stipulates that orders are to be made in increments of 4, 6, or 8 cutters. Will the contractor accept an offer to build only 2 cutters?
So we'll have to go back to the contract. If the enacted budget reflects the 2, we'll have to see what the maneuver space there, how we can work on the shoulder appropriations year. So ideally, we have seen tremendous support from the Congress here on our, what we now call PC&I, our former AC&I acquisition budgets. Just frankly, I think on average, the committee and the Congress has plussed us up about $600 million, and the FRC program has been, I don't want to say a favored program, but a program that the Congress has very much embraced. So there's a little bit of, I guess, aspirational strategy as we had to play to a top line here too, sir. So we will work and see what's in the realm of contractual flexibility and maybe hold out a little bit of hope that this might be a program that Congress remains keenly interested in supporting.
Thank you, sir. Is the $140 million an estimate on OMB's part for the cost of 2 cutters, or is the price stipulated in the contract?
Sir, I have to go back and give you an answer. The 140 is the 2 hulls and some other program, I think, costs in there. But, sir, I'd like to take that one for the record and circle back with your staff if that's
that is
amenable
fine,
to you.
Yes, sir. After the funding in 2019, how many cutters remain outstanding on the program of record out of how many total, sir?
Sir, I got to get you back on the numbers. We have, we're starting to accrue an additional 4 in the 20 budget. So we just took acceptance of the 33 hull down in Key West last week here. I had the privilege of commissioning the 31st. I believe at the end of the day, sir, with the proposed number, we gets us to 54. But I would like to bring that back to you on that other question. I'll just pair those 2 together if that's adequate. Yes,
sir. I see also that once again the budget proposes to skip a year of funding and acquisition for the HC-130J program. I know the HC-130 is important. To quote the budget request, HC-130J is a major contributor to performance of the Coast Guard statutory missions with specific contributions to DHS and the Coast Guard program of maritime law enforcement, maritime response, defense operations, and maritime transportation system management. Admiral, I'm probably not the only member of this subcommittee with this question, but what is the rationale for eliminating the funding in the 2020 budget request, sir?
So, Congressman, on the HC-130J program, the HC-130Js are absolutely great aircraft. C-130s are larger, great aircraft. The Js are going to get us leap forward in technology. We fielded the first 2 Js of the fleet we have to date up in Alaska, and by the end of this fiscal year, we'll have 5 C-130Js operating from Kodiak. Then we'll roll into our 2nd air station next year out in Barbers Point. The 19 omnibus included funding for a 16th C-130J. We're absolutely appreciative of that. Not a surprise to the committee, but we have not included the C-130Js in our budget as in previous years. That is, as we make top-line decisions, that is one that has not been able to fight into the mix, but the Congress has seen fit that aircraft is absolutely essential to our maritime patrol, long-range force laydown, sir, and I think I'll constrain my answer to that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Madam Chairman. I yield back.
Mr. Cuellar.